Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you are doing well. Excuse my very nude fall look. I am in England still and I am just loving this fall weather. It's like spooky and rainy and just like the right weather outside, and the leaves are kind of changing. It's not like the same as how they change in New England, but they do still change, and I'm just living for it. So I'm trying to live my inner fall while I can. I've got a pumpkin sweater arriving later today that matches. Look at this sweater I got for Will. And it's so soft too. I'll link them below. It's Keel James Patrick, and my nails match perfectly. But anyways, all fall aside, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about honeymoon planning, because if you're planning to travel for your honeymoon in the summer, the fall is probably the time to start planning. You want to start planning about 8 months out, or else the resorts or the locations or the destinations that you might want to be traveling to might be out of availability, unfortunately, because that is the name of the game, especially in a post-pandemic world when people are wanting to travel. That sort of is the norm at the moment. So I wanted to talk to you about our top 10 honeymoon destinations for 2022. So buckle up, because these are some really beautiful destinations, and I'm really excited to share what we have been seeing getting booked, and kind of where the trends are going and what is open and what is safe to travel to. Before we get into it though, if you guys could go ahead and please like this video, leave a comment as to where you would love to go on your honeymoon, or where you did go on your honeymoon, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It helps me so much when you guys do that. Thank you. Let's get into it. Okay, so honeymoon destination number one that is booking like crazy, and I can't say I blame people because Europe is finally open, and so we're all excited to get back to Europe. Number one destination is Greece, and specifically the Greek islands, because it's magical, the water is beautiful, it's summer, the resorts are just chef's kiss. Like, Greece is pretty spectacular. I spent some of my summer this past year there, working on the boat and also just sort of exploring, and we explored some of the less popular islands, and it was just amazing. Really, really beautiful. The resorts just really blew me away. So yeah, Greece, if you're wanting to go to Greece, get on it, because these things are going like hotcakes. Okay, destination number two, another Mediterranean destination, and I'm sure you can guess it. Very similar to Greece in a lot of ways, but also so different. Italy, Amalfi Coast, even, Sardinia, Florence, Rome. People want to go to the beach and they want to go to Europe, and so therefore Greece and Italy are going like crazy. But if you want to do something maybe that's not Greece or Italy, that isn't on our list, or on my list right now, I would recommend like Portugal or Majorca. Obviously I'm a bit partial to Majorca because I live there. But Majorca is really special. It's a lot of beaches, still a very European feel with island vibes. Would be a really special honeymoon destination. But yeah, I would also recommend Portugal, or even Turkey would be a really unique. I know Turkey's not really Europe, or it's not Europe, but still kind of Mediterranean destination that would be really sort of unique. And very special to visit to for your honeymoon. Destination number three, if you're American and not wanting to go all the way across the pond, which I can't say I blame you, biggest places we're seeing people book right now are Mexico. I'm booking currently, this week was booking a Mexico honeymoon for Tulum. Tulum is a big one right now, because Tulum has got a little more of an authentic feel. It's still touristy and there's still a lot to do and a lot to go on. It's still very safe. And the resorts in Tulum are just spectacular. We're with Traveler Made, and we get some really great benefits with a lot of the Tulum resorts. And so, you get room upgrades, resort credits, some really spectacular places too, with private pools, beachfront properties, really, really special locations in Tulum, and for a really good price too. Like, they've been pricing spectacularly well, so that's always a positive. Also, saving money, always a good thing in my book. But yeah, Mexico is a popular destination as ever, and it's been really easy to navigate during the coronavirus pandemic. So I still am recommending Mexico to my clients. I think sometimes Mexico gets a bad rap from people just because they think it might be too touristy or something, but really Mexico has some lovely beaches and even some lovely towns if you do want some culture. Like Tulum is, I've not been to Tulum personally, but it's been on my list for a while. It's just convincing my boyfriend to go to Mexico because he's like, I don't want to go to Mexico. But I'm like, I think we would really like Tulum. So I am still sending clients there just because I think it's a great place to be. Destination number 4, and this has probably been my most booked honeymoon throughout the pandemic because they've been open and because innately with what it is social distancing, but the Maldives, over the water bungalows, I kid you not, I have booked so many of those this year. Like they have been my number one destination that I've sold, I think. Just because, like, again, it's social distancing. You're in this luxury private hut with this beautiful lagoon right out the back with perfect blue water. I mean, the Maldives are beautiful and it is like luxury to the T. Such a great way to like totally detox and spend your honeymoon. I always like wondered why people went and spent their honeymoons like just sitting on a beach somewhere. The older I get, the more I understand it. And I love to travel and I love like the adventure of travel. But you know what? For my honeymoon, I might just want to sit my ass on a beach too. So I get it. And since booking the Maldives, like I get it more and more and more because some of these resorts, man, are just, you have glass floors, you can see the lagoon in your bedroom. There's a little ladder that takes a little staircase that takes you straight down in there. You have a private plunge pool or hot tub, hammocks over the lagoon. You get this beautiful view of the sunset. I mean, it is something out of a tropical fairy tale. The fairy tale I want to be in. So if you haven't ever considered the Maldives for your honeymoon or for any vacation in general, if you're just looking to get away, definitely consider them. And even though I say it's like the epitome of luxury, they can still be very, very affordable. I've booked round trip flights for 2 in and over the water bungalow. They didn't have a private plunge pool, I don't think, but I think it was like $6,200 US. That's freaking affordable, man. Like that is a good deal for 2 people. That's total price. So if you're considering the Maldives, but you think it's too expensive, think again. Get in touch with me because I can probably find you a good deal because for whatever reason, there just seems to be some really great resorts in the Maldives that do have that affordable package for over the water bungalows. Destination number 5, you had to know the Caribbean was coming in here at some point. St. Lucia is number 5 for what the agency has been selling. So check out St. Lucia. The Caribbean's always a great spot to go. For your honeymoon if you want beautiful water, beautiful beaches, and a little bit of mountain. There's always some activities, but then there's always the rest and relaxation. And you are on complete island time when you go to the Caribbean, so there's always that benefit too. Another Caribbean destination, number 6, is Antigua. So like St. Lucia, another Caribbean destination, Antigua has been very easy for travel during the pandemic as well. And we continue that relationship with them to be just as easy. And I think the biggest thing that people aren't understanding, like, especially with the Caribbean though, this is sort of the downside to the Caribbean travel. And everywhere, to be honest, even in Europe, especially in Europe, Spain's been horrible about this, is the service is not what it was pre-pandemic. There's not the staffing, the service is not there. People are struggling to get work, to get caught up. They're struggling with money. So when you do travel, understand that this we're not even really post-pandemic world, but as we're getting there, is not the same as the pre-pandemic travel world. It's just not. So bear that in mind whenever you travel. And that's why we recommend, working with our preferred hotels, just because you will get that extra treatment in a time when service is not what it used to be. And on a Caribbean roll here, number 7? Number 7 is the Turks and Caicos. I really recommend the Turks and Caicos to people. It's one of the more, I think people sometimes forget about the Turks and Caicos. I know I do. And then I'm like, oh yeah, Turks and Caicos. why didn't I think of that? They do tend to be a little bit more expensive than Antigua. I would say they're probably like Antigua, St. Lucia, Turks and Caicos in like order of price from lowest to highest. But Turks and Caicos, man, their beaches are just, I know I keep doing chef's kiss, but it's like the only thing I have to describe how these places are. The beaches are immaculate. So if you want beautiful white sand beaches, I would probably, in the Caribbean, would hit up Turks and Caicos. Destination number 8, and somewhere that I spent some time in 2 summers ago. I can't believe it was that long ago. It feels like last year. But this is Croatia, and Croatia is really spectacular, and like food and dining is very affordable in Croatia as well. So while the resorts might be a little bit more pricey, the eating and the living expenses are not that much. And I wouldn't say that Croatia hotels are any more expensive than the rest of Europe, but you know, Europe tends to be a little bit more expensive. Dubrovnik is one of my favorite cities I've ever visited. Like hands down, really, really stunning place. I mean, it's a Game of Thrones filming location. Y'all know I'm a bit obsessed with that. If there's ever one nearby, I always make sure to go and visit it. But yeah, Croatia, I mean, it's been on my list for a while. But not only are the cities historic and beautiful, but the natural parks, you know, the landscape itself is also stunning, and there's great water. I don't know, the beaches are kind of rocky, so you have to go to a beach club, but the water is really, really worthwhile. Okay, and for those of you still hesitant about traveling out of the country, or who don't have a passport, or who just want to explore more of the US, Hawaii is our number 9 destination, and clients love Hawaii. I think Maui is probably the number 1 island, but also Kauai and the Big Island also. I've sent clients to all of them, but I think Maui is probably the most popular. And there are some really, really special places in Hawaii to stay. There's no all-inclusive resorts in Hawaii because they want people to get out and explore the island and support the local culture and economy. So that's great. I think that's really a unique thing to Hawaii. And I think that's for a tropical destination, that's kind of rare. Most places do tend to be all-inclusive. So I like the fact that Hawaii is not like that. I always recommend people get a car rental. I like to recommend a Jeep just because I think it's cool and, you know, good Instagram photos, and it's just kind of fun to drive around, and you can go off-roading and go to the national parks and stuff like that. So Hawaii's a really top honeymoon destination. And it's great for people who want to have that blend of like relaxing and also, you know, do a little bit of adventure, do some hiking, do some yoga, maybe go surfing, you know, take some surfing lessons, but also just be able to chill out, have luxury, go to the spa. So it's that perfect, like, sweet spot for that mix of vacation. And there's something for everybody, you know. The men can go golfing, and you can go to the spa. You know, there's something for everyone. So if you hadn't considered Hawaii, don't count it out. It does tend to be a little more expensive than some of the other tropical destinations, but you are supporting a local U.S. economy. And it's why it's really far away. You know, it's out there. So don't count it out when you're planning your honeymoon, though. Okay, and our destination number 10. I have personally not planned any of these honeymoons. I know, but some of our other agents have. It just hasn't been my specialty. But our number 10 destination for honeymoons for 2022 is Tahiti. And I would love to go to Tahiti. I've not been yet. But if I was going to spend my honeymoon in Tahiti, I wouldn't be upset. You know, you got the mountains, that beautiful water, you know, it's in the Pacific. It's just really special. You know, I don't think a lot of people, especially a lot of Americans, I don't think spend their honeymoon in Tahiti. It's something very unique and would be very special to spend with your loved one. So a consideration, if it hadn't been on your radar, maybe look into Tahiti if it's something that you think that you would be interested in. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this gave you some insight into where the travel trends for 2022 are heading for honeymoons. as you guys know, I am a travel agent, so I do plan travel. I will put my inquiry form and a little link below to learn more information about what that all means. Of course, in this day and age, I'm recommending everybody use a travel agent unless you are very well traveled and kind of know how to navigate the industry. Just because things are so crazy right now and will continue to be, I think, for a while in terms of entry requirements, borders, and bookings, and finding places to stay, because it's not, like I said earlier, it's not the same as it was pre-pandemic. So I definitely recommend using an agent. Even if you don't want to use me, in general, I highly suggest it. If you are interested in using me as a travel agent, I don't just book honeymoons, although that is kind of, the last couple of years, the only people who have been traveling are honeymooners for the most part, or business, not even business a lot of the time. But again, you can check out more in the links below, or you can always send me a message or an email and I will get back to you and kind of let you know more about our services. But all quoting and booking is complimentary, so just let us know what you need and we'll have an agent get back to you. And if you want to work with me in particular, just let me know. I would love to help you plan your next travels. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you next week. And don't forget to hit like, leave a comment about where you want to go on your honeymoon. If you like using a travel agent, any thoughts you might have, leave them down below. Like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It helps out so much. It means the world to me, you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.